Hello gorgeous, it's Jen. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have a little Sephora haul for you in honor of the sale that is coming up. We are within a day or two of the sale. I picked up some goodies so that we can get a head start. I have a mixed bag of items that are going to be first impressions mixed in with items that I definitely recommend from Sephora. I hope that sounds like fun. If you want to see me put this look together and hear my thoughts, then just keep watching. I'm going to start with this newly reformulated Peter Thomas Roth product. This is the Instant Firm Eye Temporary Eye Tightener. I had the original formula. I did a video. I even played with it with my mom. There was a little bit of a learning curve with this. If you went too heavy, you would have a white sort of cast. A lot of creators said that they struggled putting makeup on top. I did a little bit, but because I saw that it was reformulated and a better formula, I picked it up. I'm very excited to play with this. This time it comes with a little brush in the box. It says here that it is easy to apply, comfortable to wear, no white residue, no pulling or pilling. You are to go in with a completely clean face, nothing on it, which I have. It is a temporary tightening that will last all day. A blend of extra strength skin tightening silicates and seaweed extract. Peptide technology reduces the look of puffiness, elasticity loss, and other signs of aging, and with continued use can provide long-term visible results. It does say to shake well. I like the little brush that it comes with. It says to use a pea-sized amount. And then of course I do break the rules a little bit in that it is technically for the eyes. I use it for more than the eyes. I'm taking a little bit on my brush and we're going to try one side at a time. I'm brushing it under my eye. I'm going to go a little bit above my brow, maybe on this side of my forehead. Right here, I have smile line. This smile line. We're gonna let this sit for 1 minute and then I'll do the other side. I can already feel the tightening. I hope that you can see the difference, that this side is so much smoother than this side, much tighter. Let me go ahead and do the other side. Now it does say to stay expressionless for 3 to 7 minutes for the product to properly set and dry. And then if by chance you've used too much and you see a little bit of a white cast, you can pat it away using a damp cotton swab. I feel tightened and smooth. I am digging it. I'm gonna move on to the eyes next because I don't want to put anything on my face until at least 7 minutes has gone by. So I'm gonna throw a little bit of Fenty Ice on my lips because they are super dry. So this next product is a new product to me, and this is the Glossier Brow Flick. This is a microfine detailing pen. My friend Carmel Nicole, this is one of her favorites. I will link her picture and her page in the description box. Make sure you check her out. She loves this. I thought I would try it. I got it in the shade brown. Cruelty-free. It is a fine brush tip liquid eyebrow pen that fills and defines brows with feather-like strokes for fuller looking eyebrows with a smudge resistant finish. That's really nice. Super easy to use, very silky going through the brow hairs. Very good. I have my Sephora Boost and Lock eyeshadow primer. Let's go ahead and throw some of that on. I will have my Sephora sale recommendations playlist listed at the end of this video because I have so many recommendations for eyeshadow, but off the top of my head, you know I'm going to tell you Patrick Ta, Natasha Denona, Danessa Myricks, which of course I brought my newest love in here, the Lightwork 7 Freedom palette, but I'm not going to use that today because I got a new shadow. This is one of the new shades of the Patrick Ta Major Dimension Illusion Eyeshadow Duos. This will be my third that I own. I decided to get the Always on Your Mind option, which looks to be very taupey, gray, silver shades. So here is the deeper shade, and here is the lighter shade. And wow, I'm going to try it with a brush. This is a Unit 309. I'm going to go into that deeper shade. And it does come with a little mirror, but it is very, very little. I don't know. Let me try to use it. We'll see if I end up with eyeshadow all over my face. I'm just going to spread this all over the lid. Now I can switch to my finger. I'm still in that deeper shade. Looks beautiful. And I do have a little bit of fallout, so on the other side I'm going to try using my finger and follow up with the shadow brush. See if that makes less of a mess. There's some shadow on my face on this side too. Definitely an eyes first reminder. I'm going to take my JennDBeauty E04 and go underneath with that shade. I'm going to spritz it a little. That looks very nice. Now I want to get into this brighter shade, which seems to have a little bit of warmth to it. Let's start in the inner and just focus it there. 2 thumbs up. Maybe just blend a little bit more. I just did my little powder and spoolie trick to get the sparkles off. 99% gone. Yay. My face is in need of some moisture, so I'm going to move away from the eyes for a moment. Because remember, the only thing I have on my face right now is this. So my next recommendation is going to be a moisturizer and tinted sunscreen that just blew my mind in 2025, and that is from Merit. This is the Great Skin Priming Moisturizer and the Uniform Tinted Mineral Sunscreen. I'm sure you could use the tinted sunscreen with a different moisturizer. They were nice enough to send this to me, but it's a beautiful combination. Now, the directions say to go in with the tinted sunscreen while the moisturizer is still damp. So that's what I'm gonna do. The tinted sunscreen is in the shade 16. Which looks really dark when I first put it on, but it blends in. It looks super glowy when I first put it on, but the glow does calm down a little bit, and of course I have powder. This product wears so well on my skin. At the end of the day, I have glow. It doesn't feel heavy. I don't feel oily. It just looks like really good skin. Does it cover all of my imperfections? It does not. I still have the dark skin right here. I have a new little pimple. We'll take care of that with this recommendation. This is an oldie but goodie. It is just the one that I always come back to if I have a blemish or a problem spot that needs to be covered. This is the NARS Soft Matte Concealer in a pot. I don't love it under my eyes. I really prefer it for spot cover up. And I just find a tiny brush to use. This is a JennDBeauty E05. And I just tap very lightly and it's just a magic eraser. This is the shade Madeline. And it dries down and doesn't move. For the under eyes, as a corrector, I'm going to recommend the Sephora Best Skin Ever. I have lots of Sephora collection videos. I have a lot of loves from that collection. I actually brought in the Reveal the Real, but I'm not going to use it today because I think that the Merit did a really good job. But if I didn't have the Merit on, I would be using this. Back to this one. This is a corrector. I have it in the shade 03. It is a sponge tip, and I am just going to tap it. It is creamy, it is smoothing, it is not drying, it is in heavy rotation. Although I must say they're looking pretty smooth after that Peter Thomas Roth. For concealer, I have a new love, a new recommendation, and that is this new one from LYS Beauty. This is the Bright Start Airbrushed Creamy Concealer. I have mine in the shade LP4. This one also has a sponge tip applicator, but you can also take it apart and just twist it out as well, if you prefer it that way. And I'm just going to take a little bit on this Eco Tools brush. They sent me a brush with this concealer that I love. I just washed it, so that's why I'm not using it. I will pop up a picture because it's really nice. This is one of my favorite concealers that I've tried this year. Definitely going to be in my yearly favorites. I'm gonna move back to the eyes now while all these cream products are setting. This is the Sephora 12-Hour Colorful Pencil. I have the Twist Up and the Sharpen style. I like them both. I'm gonna use this as liner. Remember, Sephora collection will be 30% off for everyone. So I do definitely recommend watching some Sephora collection favorites videos. There are some gems that you're gonna get for drugstore prices, and they perform like high end. I picked up a couple things from One Size in this haul, and I just couldn't help myself. I picked up the mascara. This is the Fantasize Ultimate Lifting and Lengthening Mascara. I have owned this before. This is one of my favorite mascaras that you can get at Sephora. Love the packaging. You know I love red. This is what the wand looks like. And let me show you what she can do. It is pretty fast building. So if you are in a rush, you can get away with one coat. And then of course, if you're like me and want to go in with a couple of coats for the biggest shebang, you could do that too. Here are 2 coats. Really nice. And this is only going to get better as I continue opening it. Glad to have it again. To set my under eyes, if you're going for the sale, I highly recommend the Givenchy pressed powder. I have mine in the shade 03 Voile Rose. It does come with a little brush and a mirror. You get 4 different shades that you can choose from. I just swirl and shake and then brush under the eyes. It is matte, not drying, smoothing. Under eyes look fabulous with this powder. It does have that Givenchy scent, but it doesn't last. Cream bronzer, nothing new. This is one of my very favorites from Sephora. This is the Melting Bronzing and Sculpting Stick. I have mine in the shade Chocolate Mousse. It smells like Tootsie Rolls. A little bit on the back of my hand. This is what it looks like. This is my e.l.f. stain and tint brush. If you are into packaging and the way that it smells, and of course, performance, this goes on easily. It lasts all day. It is a beautiful product. And of course, that Tootsie Roll smell doesn't stay. It's just enjoyable as you are applying. And then for blush, I'm gonna have some fun with this Cloud Crush blush, also from Too Faced. This is a first impression for me. I have not played with this, but I've seen so many people loving this, saying how blurring and long lasting it is. I love a good red blush. So I picked up Red Velvet, and I'm excited because it says that you can also use it on your lips. Hydrates, blurs texture, soft focus finish, cloud-like kiss. Yes, please. Don't smell anything. It's got a sort of thicker, moussier texture. I'm gonna try this Alter Ego 4 brush. I'm finding that most of my blush brushes just feel too big right now. I want something smaller, more precise. Looking nice. Just tap, tap, tap. Ooh, ooh, went too far. You do that, take a foundation brush, share the love. She's gonna be super blushy. Just blending the edges. So far, so good. I really need powder. And then we'll try it on the lips. For powder, I picked up the new powder from One Size. It is called the Boucle Silk Airbrushed Powder. Give your skin a natural silk finish with this high-performance powder enhanced with luxurious vegan silk. Slow baked to perfection, the featherweight formula disappears into skin to blur texture, set makeup, and create depth with zero heaviness or visible caking. Clinically shown to deliver all-day wear with skin cushioning boucle wear tech. This is applied with a dense brush for fuller coverage or a fluffy brush for lighter coverage. Look how beautiful that packaging is. I really, really like it. I got it in the shade medium. Let me swatch it. All right, now fluffy brush. We call this fluffy. This is the Morphe A21. I would prefer to use a puff, but I want to do what they say first. I can definitely see a difference. Let's go in with a puff on this side. I'm going to tap off. Yeah, I like that better. We'll see if it ends up looking heavy. I think this side looks smoother. Yeah, it really is lightweight. I'm loving it so far. Take this gloss off. And for lip liner, I'm gonna recommend the newer one from Sephora collection. This is the 8-Hour Colorful Transfer Proof Lip Liner. I have this in multiple shades. This one is always red. These say that they will last 8 hours, but I have definitely had them last much longer. And now to go back in with this Cloud Crush Whipped Lip and Cheek color in Red Velvet. Pretty. I wish it were a little more opaque, so maybe I'll let it sit for a minute and see if I can build it up. I'll go ahead and add some of the One Size Fantasize to the bottom lashes. I made a little mess, which I will clean up in just a moment. So I'll set my brows with my favorite brow gel. This is the Fluff and Fix Brow Wax from Sephora collection. I really enjoy this. It is a texture that I really appreciate. It's not very wet, but you can feel it doing what you want it to do. It doesn't leave my brows looking shiny. It holds without being super stiff, and it's a drugstore price. I just blotted and that barely came off. Let's see if I can build it up. Better. I have a couple more goodies that I just pulled out of my box. One that I have not tried is this one here from Charlotte Tilbury. Her Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray Matte. It says blur, mattify, smooth and set all day, shake to activate. I don't have my Danessa in here. I will pop up a picture. I've been very much enjoying that. You know I love my One Size. I thought I would check it out. I used to own the regular Charlotte and I did like it. It just didn't mattify. Primes and sets for up to 16 hours, oil and shine control, waterproof, no melting or fading, no creasing, shake to activate, hold 6 to 8 inches away, and mist over entire face before and after applying makeup. Sounds good to me. Looks pretty good. A little bit of a scent, maybe floral. It's a little bit wet. I used the fan, but the skin is looking good. I forgot to fix this little mascara spot. I'll let it set another minute before I touch it. I'm curious to see if it feels sticky. I got this Sephora collection matte on the go blotting papers. I owe this to the Sephora employee that showed it to me. I have never purchased blotting papers in my life. I'm like a tissue on the face kind of girl, but I thought this would be cool to carry in my purse. And when she showed me how it worked, I fell in love. It has a mirror. It's got this little pad that says Sephora on it. The papers are in here. How many do you get? You get 50 oil absorbing papers. And then the puff has an adhesive. How cool is that? You just peel that off. And then when you press it down, it pulls the paper up and then you can press. And then you can just remove the paper. The adhesive is back on there. And when I go to pick it up again, I just did it upside down. My little paper's right there. I love that. So thoughts on the new products that I tried. The Patrick Ta in the new shade Always On Your Mind. It is gorgeous. I had no problems applying, very minimal fallout. The shine is just what I want. This just says classy, gorgeous to me. The Glossier Brow Flick. Is it better than what I already own from the drugstore? We'll have to wait and see, but I will admit that the application was nicer. It felt silky going in my brows. It didn't deposit too much product like some of my favorites from the drugstore do. So far, A++ on this one, and I don't even think it's that expensive. Happy to have my Fantasize from One Size back. It did a really nice job on my lashes. Love this mascara. The Too Faced Cloud Crush. I lost a little bit of control with the blush, but definitely a blurring, pretty formula. Doesn't come off, or at least doesn't come off very much. I'll let you know how long it wears. The one size powder, I like it. I do. I'm curious. I'm going to have to try it another day without this. It's going to be a couple of days before this video goes up. I'm going to continue wearing all of these products so that when this video comes up, definitely check the description box for more detailed thoughts on all of these products. But so far, I really, really like this powder. It did a nice job. It looks super lightweight on my skin. My skin is not looking heavy at all. The Peter Thomas Roth. Absolutely. I am glad to have this. I think that they did improve the formula, not an everyday product, but on those days that I want to look extra smooth, or days that my eyes are just looking very dark and sunken in, really smooth, tightens, and I think it did a nice job on my smile lines and my forehead, and for sure, my under eyes. I think this is really cool. I will keep this in my purse. I gave you a little bit of a mixed bag. I mixed in products that I already know, love, recommend that you try. I'll have the playlist of Sephora recommendations at the end of this. I still feel good about all of my suggestions in those videos. Let me know what you plan on picking up. I'm sure I will have another haul for you. I will have everything listed and linked in the description box below. Some are affiliate links if you choose to shop with those links. I thank you so much because I make a small commission and it helps support me and my channel. If you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe before you leave. I'd love to have you join me. I upload on Mondays and Saturdays. Give the video a thumbs up and of course, leave me that comment. I love when you leave comments, even if it's just a heart, to let me know you were here. Thank you so much for spending some of your precious time with me today. I'll see you in the next one.